And then the fucking Romans barged into the restaurant and hauled Fundy Monster away.
So me and Jason ducked out the back to avoid capture. Man, those soldiers may be dead sexy in their outfits, but they are absolute dicks.
And that is when you requested transport back to the ship for the three of you?
Yup.
Wait, the three of us?
Hello.
What is she doing here?
Actually, he is more appropriate right now. I'm feeling particularly masculine.
Feeling and looking.
Oh, not as masculine as you, stud.
We'll see who's more masculine later.
Gary, please!
Don't stand in the way of love, dude.
I'm not standing in the way of anything, but the person you are currently flirting with is Mary Magdalene.
When I'm feeling particularly masculine, I prefer to be called Jesus.
I don't care!
Jesus, it's called being gender fluid.
Right, gender fluid. There are so many new and exciting terms to learn.
I am so glad that your vocabulary is expanding, but why, in the name of Gonzo the Great, is that person on our ship?
I like him and he was curious about where we're from and stuff. Don't worry, I've told him all about us and what we're here to do. He's all caught up.
Oh, well, color me relieved. Dunderhead, how could you allow this to happen? I mean, the timeline and shit.
Oh, curiosity, mostly. Besides, when I locked onto him with the quantum bubble generator, no alarms went off, so I decided, fuck it.
Your alarms are malfunctioning or something because they went off when I was trying to get Fundy back on the ship.
My alarms are infallible. The reason they went off is clear. Fundy Monster is meant to stay on the planet. So he was destined to travel back in time and become the basis of the Christ myth? Indeed. It would appear that the person we know as Jesus is a conglomeration of actual people and events, fabrications and misremembrances, and Fundy Monster is a contributing part of that narrative.
Well, I refuse to believe it. It's not possible. Fundy Monster is not Jesus Christ. He's not. He just is not.
The evidence at hand points to the contrary. I managed to scan his location, and it seems that the Roman soldiers have taken him to trial. He probably will be crucified. Holy crap! Is Fundy gonna get crucified and die? Dawkins, no. He won't even be in pain. I will send a signal down to his implant so that it will make his body produce a huge amount of endogenous opioid biochemical compounds. Oh, of course! Endogaga Open Anthony biodiversity compounds. Endorphins. Oh, thank God. So he's not gonna feel anything? No, and he'll be as high as a proverbial kite. So the plan that I'm devising is that after he's been crucified, I will have the implants release chemicals that will mimic death. After he is interned and exits the tomb, we will then transport him up to the ship.
But how is any of this happening?
It's a fairly routine bootstrap paradox.
Routine? It's a paradox! It makes no fucking sense!
Well, maybe it's not supposed to make sense.
Yeah, 'cause that's the way the universe works.
Possibly it does. Perhaps all the events in time were cemented in place at the moment of the Great Expansion, or Big Bang. Perhaps our traveling back in time had to occur because the events are fixed. But what about free will? What if we decided not to travel back through time? Or what if Fundy didn't come with us? The point is moot because we did and he did. But based on this model of time, free will is an illusion. We went back in time and Fundy became Jesus because this has always happened.
But that makes no sense!
Well, whoever said the universe had to make sense? Oh, I know. Gloria Estefan. It was a rhetorical question. Never mind. Why does the universe have to have time paradoxes? I don't know. But the idea of investigating why has me thrilled down to my very atoms. That is why I have dedicated my life to scientific investigation. The more I learn, the more I discover there is to investigate.
Well, I'm glad you're happy, but I ain't buying it. I say screw the alarms. We assert our free will and we transport Fundy up right now.
I think maybe you need to take a moment to process, dude.
Oh, I've had plenty of time to process. Maybe you haven't noticed because you were too busy trying to get in Mary Magdalene's panties.
Jason Aloysius Cumberbatch.
Be insulted all you want. I don't care. The universe has revealed itself to me and it fucking sucks dick. Fundy is a savior? Fundy? No, I say. Fuck you, universe. Dunderhead, beam that right-wing conservative fuckwit back up here.
Well, that's one vote for screw the timeline.
Who said there was going to be a vote? I'm the captain. That was an order.
But if I transport Fundy Monster now, it will forever change the timeline with potentially disastrous results.
I'm the captain, and I don't care.
Jason,
What?
garage, now.
But I don't want to go to the stupid holodeck garage.
Tough nuts, you're going.
If you think you can talk me out of changing the timeline, you can just take your arguments and shove them.
What is with you? Ever since we got back to the ship, you've been one huge cockknocker. Agreed. So Fundy Monster is Jesus. Big deal. That's no reason to flip your shit.
I'm not flipping my shit.
Your shit is flipping all over the place. Now calm down before you destroy the timeline.
Well, perhaps a neck massage and a cool drink will help you relax.
What is she doing here?
Actually, today I'm he.
I'm not playing your pronoun games.
Just take a breath and think for a minute.
I don't need to think. Seeing Fundy up on that cross made me realize that the whole past, present, and future is up for grabs. Why should we respect the timeline when it obviously doesn't respect us?
You mean you want to rewrite history?
Why not? I mean, Fundy is Jesus, and I am apparently Judas. Since history makes no sense anyway, why not just do something that could change people's lives for the better?
Wait a minute. You don't mean...
Oh, I do mean. I totally mean. I am at a mean level that is over 9,000.
What? 9,000? There's no way that could be right.
Oh, it's right.
I think he does mean.
Well, I don't know what he means.
Why don't we take this opportunity to erase a certain religion from the timeline, What would be so wrong about that, huh? What? What would be so wrong about that?
What would be right about that?
Imagine all the suffering we could prevent. The Crusades, the Inquisition, witch trials, wars, the frickin' Dark Ages, all gone. Never happened.
True, but what if instead of that stuff, we get even worse stuff? Yeah, and if you decide to start changing the past to suit your sense of right and wrong, how are you any better than Reverend Pone?
Because I'm sane and he isn't. Don't you guys see? If Fundy Monster is the bootstrap Jesus, then all this history shit is just that. Shit. Right now, we could stop Christianity before it gets a chance to start.
But we could make things worse. With Christianity gone, a different religion could step in and fill the void. Like Islam.
What's Islam?
A religion that doesn't exist yet. Jason, we are not here to play Mary Hobb with history. The potential to make things worse is too high.
How is us changing things now any different than the decisions we make when we're in our own time? We have to make decisions blind all the time. This is no different.
It is different. We aren't making a blind decision. We already know the outcome if we don't change anything. And what about the people who won't exist because of the changes? Would we even exist in this frickin' future?
It would be for the greater good. Sure, lots of people will have never existed, but they'd be replaced with happier, smarter people.
But just teleporting Fundy off the cross wouldn't necessarily stop Christianity. It might even make it stronger. The new tale of Christ would end with him disappearing in a flash of light.
Then we'll get Dunderhead to make some kind of memory eraser so nobody who witnessed it would remember it.
Not enough. We'd have to Men in Black the entire city of Jerusalem. Still not enough. Probably the entire Roman Empire and the neighboring countries, just to be certain. We'd have to erase all memory of the last 10 years.
See? We can do it!
Well, why stop there? The Hebrews have some messed up beliefs. Believe you me.
You're right. We could make a secular utopia. No religion at all. Ever.
Yes. You have it in your power to destroy all faith in God or gods.
It would be glorious!
And if your Dunderhead friend can't erase people's memories to achieve this paradise, you could always kill the believers. It would be so much easier to use this ship of yours to destroy Jerusalem and then spread a rumor that it was destroyed in a sandstorm or some other event. Sure, thousands upon thousands of people would die, but why would you care? Because, as you say, history doesn't matter. What is the sacrifice of these thousands when you could create a paradise?
We could! Holy shit, dude.
Holy shit indeed.
I don't know what came over me. I almost became history's biggest dick weasel.
That never would have happened. Yeah, we knew you'd snap out of it eventually. And if you didn't, we'd beat the shit out of you and throw you in the brig.
It was just so easy. I mean, we have all this power. It just made it really easy not to care and just do things regardless of consequence.
I think Dunderhead called it time travel megalomania. I just figured that Fundy Monster would be the one who got it, not you.
Yeah, right? Well, I'm thinking clearer now, thanks to Jesus. Man, that feels really weird to say.
Wait, what? We aren't destroying all religions now?
You were serious?
Of course I was. This is how things get done in my time. Murdering thousands of people and destroying cultures over an ideology is pretty standard stuff. Is that not how things are done in the future?
Man, I wish I could say no.
Me too. But it isn't our way. Right, guys?
Nope. No. So let's get up to the bridge and let's help make Fundy the Messiah.
Hey everybody, it's me, Oswald. And because we didn't have a super special Opinion-Ville Halloween episode like we usually do, Jason said that I can tell a really spooky story to you guys at this time. After you do the shoutouts for the podcast. All right. Okay, here are the podcasts I gotta shout out. There's this one, Lemme Finish, with Jason and Atticus, in which they talk about sexy times that adults have when they go in the bedroom and they lay down next to each other all naked. Keep going. Alright, fine. And then there's this one, Cine-tific, with Jason and Aaron, in which they talk about, a movie based on scientific things. And this time they're doing Outbreak. Outbreak was a video game, it wasn't a movie. It was a movie from 1995. You're thinking of Breakout. No, I'm pretty sure I'm right. Anyway, and the next one is this one, Filmtastic Voyage, with Alex and Mike. And actually, they're really funny guys, and they talk about movies and junk and comic books and stuff like that. And then there's this one, Late City, with Jason and Steve, in which they take an old-timey movie and they talk about it. And this last one, they talk about A Nightmare on Elm Street, one of those scary movies that makes me want to hide down really low and watch it like this from underneath a blanket. And I'm kind of like, I really shouldn't be watching this because it's going to be giving me nightmares. And then my mom comes down and says, Oswald, what are you doing watching this? You're supposed to be at school. And I'm like, Mom, I do what I want. Anyway, those are all the podcasts, and now it's time for my scary story, right? Yes? Okay, here we go. Spooky story. Once there was a dog, and his name was Scary Dog. And he came up to a house, and he met a cute little blue monster named Oswald. And Oswald said, I want you to be my best friend. And Scary Dog went, grrr. And there's a policeman outside ruining my story. Let's ignore the policeman. Anyway, so then Oswald ignored the dog waiting because he went grrr. And then he picked up the dog and he brought it in the house. And he said, Mom, look, I got a dog and I'm bringing it home to live with us. And there is little to nothing that you can do about it. And my mom said, that is not a dog. You have glued fur once again to our neighbor, and you are pretending that he is a dog, and that grr is actually a shout of pain. And then my mom took my scary dog away and took him to the hospital, and we got sued again. Pretty scary, huh?